You're listening to Voice of Israel.
It is a beautiful day here in Jerusalem, the eternal capital of Israel. Welcome to One Nation with Dov Lipman. Before we get to those fantastic guests, there are a few things that I want to talk about, things that have been happening in the news this week in Israel and around the world. And the first issue actually relates to the political situation here in Israel. If we all just take a step back a moment and look at what's happening in the Middle East, all the neighbors surrounding Israel. To our north, we have Lebanon, which is a country essentially under the control of Hezbollah, a terrorist organization funded, armed by Iran. To our northeast, we have Syria, which has experienced the horrific civil war in recent years. Hundreds of thousands have been killed, many more injured. Zero clarity regarding what's going to happen in the future, where things are headed. To our east, we have Jordan with a king who we actually view as a friend. We have a treaty with them, but his standing in his country is tenuous at best, certainly not a democratically elected leader. We go further south, we have Saudi Arabia, again, a monarchy, no democracy. Southwest, we find Egypt, again, a country we have relations with, view as a friend, but certainly not anything that can be called a beacon of democracy. And then, in the middle of all of this chaos, we have the state of Israel. On March 17th, Israelis went to the polls, and citizens throughout the country voted for the parties of their choice. A winner was declared. The 20th Knesset was inaugurated 2 weeks later on March 31st, and now the Prime Minister is forming a governing coalition, which actually has to be presented to the President by the end of this week. Now, make no mistake about it, tensions during this election campaign in Israel were very high. I was a candidate in these elections. On election day, they were even higher. After the elections, emotions run high. The losers lick their wounds, figure out their next steps, and even criticize the government that's in formation. But no one, and I mean no one, challenges those election results. It's a democracy. We had elections. There's no violence in the streets. No one is thinking about taking up arms to fight the results. There was a smooth transition of power. I had the honor, the privilege of sitting in the Knesset plenum a few weeks ago during Inauguration Day. And because I wasn't being sworn in as a member, I was able to take a step back and just look at the scene that was taking place around me and really think about the miracle called the State of Israel. All the various parties who were going at it during the election campaign stood first to honor the entrance of the president into the chamber. Everyone maintained complete silence and respect as all the various members were sworn into office. We sang Hatikva, the national anthem, in unison with pride. That is the greatness of the State of Israel. A vibrant democracy in a neighborhood where the concept of democracy is foreign. It's a beacon of light to the world, which tells everyone that even in the worst of regions, if people want to, if they have the will, they can set up a democracy where citizens are given their voice and their basic human rights. I had the honor of being part of that vibrant democracy as a member of the Israeli parliament, the Knesset. And every single day, as I walked through the doors of that building, I felt the awe. I felt the majesty of what was happening, and as we worked in those hollow chambers. And it's important for everyone to understand the greatness that is the State of Israel and this democracy.